What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pink. Once again, big shout out to Herman, who has provided an assortment of Pink material, and apologies at the same time, because I'm sure there's a more organized way to do this, but the last few times I've just been kind of picking tracks that are included in one of the folders. Now, I do think I have a couple like proper albums, but yes, I'm going through this folder that seems to be a hodgepodge of tunes of hers from different years, and one that caught my eye in terms of the title is Raise Your Glass, which sounds like a toast, a prost, some sort of celebration of or tribute to somebody or something, and thus it feels like this is a call to recognize the significance of something. Of course, that can be many different things on different scales of importance, emotion, or interpersonal involvement. So I have a sense for the concept, but not necessarily what will be happening here. I'll do my best to check or to follow it on a first hearing. And if Luca would decide whether she wants to sit in my lap or the chair, it would be very helpful. Perhaps I'll give you a nudge to go to the chair. Nope. You're not helping. Well, I guess we'll find out what she does now. This is Pink. The tune is Raise Your Glass, and it's a song included in a folder from Herman that seems to be a bit of a mix and match from her larger catalog.
So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and bitty, gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Slam, slam, oh hot damn, what part about it don't you understand? Wish you just freak out. Right on the spot, it's so on right now. It's so fucking on right now. Party crasher, panty snatcher. Call me up if you a gangster. Don't be fancy, just get dancy. Why so serious? So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and bitty, gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Oh shit, my glass is empty. That sucks. So if you're too school for cool and you treat it like a fool, you can choose to let it go. We can always party on our own. So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and bitty, gritty, dirty little freaks. So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud and bitty, gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on and raise your glass? Just come on and raise your glass. Won't you come on and raise your glass for me? Just come on and raise your glass for me.
Oof. Well, this is neither a glass nor an alcoholic beverage, but I raise my glass to this song So yeah, I feel like the meaning here is pretty clear, or at least as I took it, which is to say, she's saying she's always going to be down to party, and they're never going to be anything but loud, and yeah, they're freaks, and they're fine with that, and there's a degree of, we are who we are, we party, we're always down to, spend the night drinking and toasting and having fun, and that's just who we are. And if you're too school for cool, turning it around, and if you think, that's not your thing, fine, we're going to party on our own. Like, we're not going to wait for the approval, or we're not going to feel bad that other people think we're kind of immature, or we're just kind of weirdos, or indeed freaks. So that's who we are. And, I think there's an implication. It's not just about having fun and drinking, but there is a sense of like, finding connections, including like intimate, like physical connections, hooking up, and just embracing that life and who you are. And, like, I talk about how, the people that I went to rave parties with back in the day, by and large, were kind of like ravers for life. It's not the same thing that's happening here, but this idea that, like, yeah, we listen to loud music, we're kind of weird, we're sort of immature in a way, and I don't see that changing. And, I'm in my mid-40s now, and it seems like that has continued to be true. So the idea of, like, having a group of friends who party in a certain way, who are not embarrassed by that, who, recognize that we're outside the lines of what is normal or what is considered desirable for someone of my age, for a cohort of our age, we're fine with that. Again, that's what we do. That's who we are. So it feels like that's the essence of what she's saying here. I enjoy the, like, aside moments. There's, like, several moments where Pink suddenly is like a character in the story talking, and my favorite of those moments is like she goes to raise her, like, oh, my glass is empty, that really sucks, and then a moment later, raise my, oh shit, like, it's as if she forgot, because she's so, like, in the moment that she forgot it's empty, so she's gonna, like, toast an empty glass, and then realizes it, and then the, chorus comes back in anyway. So yeah, a cool tune. It's kind of got a dance feel to it, definitely, the steady 4/4 kick drum. And also there's like some cool moments where, again, it like either does a dead pause, or there's like a syncopated lead in to go back to the steady kick drum. So yeah, a fun tune, a dance floor tune, the kind of tune that like lends itself to doing the very thing that it's talking about, like turning up the music with friends who you've known for a long time, you party with, and you kind of have, your weird little traditions or your weird little pursuits. And again, you're fine with it, and this tune kind of can be the soundtrack to that. So another fun one. Big shout out to Herman. Again, let me know if there's any tune in particular that like I should be reacting to, though I am sort of enjoying just kind of like, oh, this one looks interesting by the title and playing it. So assuming that's fine, I'll continue to do that. I am mentioning in most of my videos tonight, this morning is the last batch of regular reactions for probably about 3 weeks. For the coming 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing exclusively holiday reactions, which I get it, not everybody's into that, that's totally fine, but I do enjoy the holidays, and we've had sort of a tradition of doing that the last 3 years on my channel, so that's what's going to happen. Once we get to early January of next year, I will resume the regular reactions, and normal service will begin again, so bear with me. And obviously, if you're into holiday music, there's a lot of that coming. Do let me know what you think of the track. I will see you next time. Peace.